Hello fellow Earth creatures. My name is Beth and welcome to Earth Buzz. Earth Buzz is the place where we dive in and have a closer look at what is happening around our planet, our common home. In this special edition of Earth Buzz, I am sharing with you news about a recent event where over 100 primary students from across our Catholic schools in the Wollongong Diocese all gathered together for the inaugural Primary Student WEN Day, where all were encouraged to embrace the idea that you are never too small to make a difference. The day was held at St Paul's Catholic Primary School in Albion Park, and the purpose was to gather student leaders with their teachers for inspiration, planning and collaboration around environmental issues, explore and share ideas about how to care for our planet, participate in some eco activities, and generally be inspired to make a difference in the world by caring for our common home.
More than 100 Catholic primary school kids from the Illawarra, Shoalhaven and Southern Highlands have made a pledge to care for the earth by becoming environmental ambassadors.
I achieved to show everybody how to be a better person to the environment.
I just want to make sure that this beautiful environment that we're in today is here for our grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
The students inspired by a visit from Jack Byrne, who's raised more than $1 million through his charity Fiver for a Farmer.
I think it's with any kid. We've got energy to burn, and I guess it was just really excited to do something about it.
The day are part of the Wollongong Environment Network program inspiring the next generation of global guardians.
The day included prayer and reflection on Pope Francis's environmental encyclical Laudato Si', eco-activities such as making an eco-friendly t-shirt bag and writing a school creation prayer, as well as meeting with other students from other schools.
Today to explore how we can all act to care for our planet, our world and everything in it. And we're also hoping that today is going to be a springboard for you students to become eco-ambassadors at your own school, where you're going to help your teachers lead ecological conversion and environmental actions back at your school.
Hi, I'm Xavier. I'm from St Mary's Milton. This was a really fun day and we got to learn how to properly care for the environment.
I'm Lily. The reason I became an ambassador is because there's so many things going on in the world, and helping with the environment can just help the world in so many ways.
Hi, I'm Luke, and I think this day was important because we need to learn more about the environment.
There were group presentations from Albion Park, Warrawong, Picton, Unanderra, Thirroul and Eaglevale, who shared experiences about some of the steps their school has taken to become more environmentally aware and ecologically active. A highlight of the day was the keynote presentation from student Jack Byrne, who inspired everyone with the story of what he has done to make the world a better place. His passion and enthusiasm were infectious.
Jack is now in Year 7, but a few years ago when he was in Year 4, Jack saw a need and decided to speak up and do something to help. And so I invite Jack now to come forward to tell us all a bit more about what he has done and what he continues to do to make a difference in the world. Let's make Jack welcome.
name's Jack Byrne. I'm 12 years old and I just started high school. But a couple of years ago, when I was in year 4, I started a charity, and I still run it till this day, called Jack's Mates Foundation. And it all started with just a BTN clip. Now, who's heard of BTN here? Anyone? Yeah. I really love BTN. I always struggled with reading and I didn't really like it, and BTN made it that little bit simpler, and I just got to watch a video. And it was about the drought, coincidentally, and it just put a fire in my belly and made me upset that it was happening in our backyard in Australia's rural communities. So I went home to my mum, and she was kind of looking at me weirdly like, what are you talking about? There's no drought. That hasn't been here for 30 years. And I was like, there is. It's happening right in front of our eyes. So I wrote an email about my idea, which was to get people to dress up like a farmer and bring in $5 to their school, workplace or preschool. So I wrote the email and I put my mum's phone number at the bottom without telling her. And I sent it to all the news channels and all the radio stations and basically anyone who would listen to me, and just went to school the next day, not really thinking anything of it. And right before school ended, the Channel 7 producer walked up the stairs with my mum, and they were like, oh, we really love your idea, and we want you on the show the next morning. So that was pretty crazy for me, being only in year 4. And so we went for it. We got people dressing up, got my school involved, and our goal at the start was about $1,200. And they're like, oh, that's too little. We're going to put the goal at $20,000, which in my head was a crazy number. And we hit $20,000 in 14 hours, which is crazy. So since then, I've got people to dress up annually, and we've raised $1.8 million. Definitely something I'd never thought I'd done, thought I would do it all, and the people and the stuff I've done along the way is really cool, so I really wanted to share that with you. And my first story is a man I met named John Singleton. He's a guru in ads and business, and he runs a lot of radio stations. So only being in year 4, I didn't really know who he was, and I went to this rugby gala day, and I was just coming around with a bucket, asking for donations, getting a couple of dollars here and there, and John Singleton put in $50, and that really made me excited, and just the biggest donation of the day. $50 doesn't sound like a lot, but it really was. And so I just kept going, and he called me back over and told my mum to start writing some stuff down. And I wasn't really paying attention. I was watching the rugby game, and my mum was like, "You hear that, Jack? Did you hear what you just said?" I went, "Oh no, sorry, I didn't." And he goes, "I'm going to give you 50. And I say, "Wow, another $50, Mr. Singleton, you're the best. That's so nice of you." And he goes, no, 50 grand. And my heart stopped. I was so excited, and he just really changed the whole idea, and it really made me think that I can do something. And that made me thought being a kid is an advantage. When I see all of you in this room, we're all kids, we're the underdogs. Parents are older, they have more knowledge, but we see it right in front of our eyes every day. We're going to school 5 days a week and we're paying attention in class, but when I look around this room, you guys are the world changers. You can put a change in the world. So being a kid is an advantage. And for example, at a lemonade stand, maybe down the road or something, it'd be kind of weird if you saw an adult sitting at a lemonade stand asking if you'd like a lemonade. But being a kid, that's not weird at all. So I really think that everyone here can make a change, whether it's little or massive. So just always remember that you're never too small to make a difference. And I always say, and my mum and dad have taught me this, 2 is small but mighty voice. Your voice can be as loud as you want it to be, and if you use it properly, you can do a big damage in the world, good or bad. But my second story is fail. Does anyone know the definition of fail here? Yes. I guess I was doing a speech like this a couple of years ago when it all first started, and I just got really worked up and really nervous and stumbled my words a little bit. And I went to my principal that next day and he asked me, "Oh, how'd it go?" And I was like, "Oh, sir, it was the biggest fail ever." And he goes, you know, I thought that wasn't your first time. Like, do you know what fail means?" And I go, "No, I don't, but I've just been told that it means you've stuffed up or you haven't done something right." And he goes, "No, fail means your first attempt in learning." So it's an acronym. So first for F, A for attempt, I in, and then L in learning. First attempt in learning. And I've thought of that every time I fail, is you always have another shot at something. You can always go again, which is the best thing. And especially when you're a kid, it makes it a lot easier.
An important part of the day was commissioning the students to become eco-ambassadors, encouraging them to lead ecological conversion and environmental actions back at their schools. Importantly, these ambassadors now add a student voice to the Wollongong Environment Network. The new ambassadors were presented with special badges to wear back at their schools, reminding them of the important role that they play in helping to solve the environmental puzzles and problems of the 21st century. Look out for these eco-ambassadors at your school. They will be the ones wearing a special WEN badge, and they also might be speaking at assemblies about environmental actions, or they might be doing some special eco-actions in your school. I would really encourage you to seek them out along with the teachers in your school and see if you can join in and do your part to make your school a really eco-friendly one. A school that is a wonderful example of a community that really cares for our planet, our common home. We'll finish today's episode of Earth Buzz with a music from the global musical group Gen Verde and their song Turn Around, which invites us all to have an ecological conversion where we turn around our thinking and change our hearts on how we live in our world. Until next time, peace to you and peace to the planet.
Once I spoke with an astronaut, just came back from the moon with the stars in his eyes. He said, "Out there I learned a lot. Something changes inside when you see the earth rise. Got no boundaries and no walls. That living, breathing ball. Love is underneath it all. Beneath the blue and green, connecting everything. I met a girl, she was very young, yet she spoke burning words with the fire in her eyes. She said, "Hey, something's really wrong. Deserts grow, people die while the oceans rise." She said, "Can't you see the urgency? You pretend that you care, then you look away. You are trampling on our hopes and dreams. We can't wait for a change, got to start today." You can feel it in the breeze, you touch it in the trees, you hear the waterfall, love is underneath it all. It's running in the fields, and swimming in the deep, beneath the blue and green, connecting everything. Oh, yeah, believe it isn't too late to turn around. Oh, yeah, believe it isn't too late, too late, too late, too late. it in the trees.